Hey guys, what's going on? It is Chris here. Hopefully, you guys all been having a pretty good week. Sorry, I haven't been here having to deal with some unfortunate, but you know what? We are back at it. We are here stronger than ever, and we're definitely yeah. So if you guys, as normal, leave a like. We definitely do appreciate it if you guys enjoy the video, and also hit that subscribe button as well for more NBA Fanduel lineup advice videos, DraftKings, and Price Picks as well. If you guys want to get in on premium, we only have a couple days left of NBA preseason. Um, like I said, it's only going to be $10 for the rest of the NBA preseason, $5 for a day pass. Like I said, only a couple days left. If you guys want to come join us for the NBA season pass, we would love to have you. Like I said, it's $120 on sale right now. On the 21st, it will go up to 160. Season pass includes obviously the entire season, the rest of the playoffs, and then the first two rounds. The rest of the preseason, and then the first two rounds of the playoffs. And then, like I said, if you guys do sign up for a month pass, it's going to be $20 if you guys sign up before the 21st. And then if you do sign up before the 21st for that $20 pass, it will continue every single month as long as you guys have a membership. And even if you come back, we'll still give you that $20 as long as you signed up before the start of the season. And like I said, if you sign up before the start of the season, like I said, don't worry, your membership doesn't start until the 22nd. So even if you sign up early, you're not going to miss out on days. So, like I said, we'd love to have you guys come join us. Check us out on our Twitter in the comment section below. And then that will be the best way to find us for premium. And then, like I said, also we have our email as well. So, like I said, modified it a little bit. Had to at the end with Butler, but still, my goodness, 329.4 we scored, and we still were in 42nd in the $9 tournament. I went Goodwin, Mitchell, Butler, Giddy, Thompson, Durant, Zion, Giannis, and Mobley. So, like I said, it went a little bit different here. Obviously pivoted to Goodwin and Butler at the very end. They weren't anywhere near anything, but I just put them in there because Phoenix rested everybody, and I know these guys have high usage rates. Mitchell was normal, Giddy, Thompson, Durant sucked a little bit, Zion wasn't bad, Giannis, and Mobley. You're probably like, where's Jokic at? Well, I honestly thought Jokic was going to sit here. He usually sits one preseason game, and I thought this was going to be the one, and I was going to have a little bit of edge, but he didn't sit in this one. And then this was the second one I came up with, 8 points lower: Shea, Mitchell, Butler, Giddy, Thompson, Harris, Zion, Mobley, and Jalen Duran. Jalen Duran, I thought he was going to play a little bit more, like 16 minutes, but I still got 19, so not bad. All right, let's go move on to today's slate here. We have a four-gamer. Like I said, not many days left, but we're definitely looking forward to it. So Memphis and Charlotte is our first one. So we're going to go over here this tool yet, but we're going to go check it out. So the people that are highlighted, or I guess not faded out, are going to be the ones that I am intrigued by. They're going to be kind of my player pool. So the ones that are faded away, they're not. I'm not interested in unless I kind of talk about them for DK. All right, so Scottie Pippen's okay. This is more of a DK play. We're going to see what's going on with Memphis. Even last time out, last year, this time Memphis still played their guys about 24 to 26 minutes. Their starters. So they're going to ramp up just a little bit. So I expect Ty Jerome to be hopefully part of it. I mean, he's been kind of all over the place, and like I said, it's a pretty easy matchup here for Charlotte. Like in Charlotte, we're going to focus on 26 and a 29% usage. So if you guys are new to the NBA, usage is massive, and this guy's pretty good. He's just been put the minutes, and he had 30 and then 15. He's definitely a fantasy point per minute guy. So if we get word that they're actually going to play Ty Jerome, like 24 to 26 minutes and actually ramp these guys up, then sure, I'll have Ty Jerome. If we get word he's going to play, I mean, if we don't get any word, I expect him to play about 21 minutes. His minutes have been all over the place. Jalen Wales, as I mentioned, he's in a very good spot. He is the most consistent in the minutes here: 22, 24, and 25. Solid usage rate. Nothing too crazy. I wouldn't put him everywhere, but I would put him in a couple of your lineups for sure. Don't mind a little bit of Jalen Wells. And same thing, as long as they don't rest like Jalen Wells and Santa Almeida, these guys are in play. Santa Almeida as well was in play. Only had a 14% usage rate last time out with a 27 fantasy score. So cut it down, got it more with the rebounds. So um, it slightly scares me with that usage rate. I want it to be a little bit higher. I don't want to rely on assists and rebounds all the time. So I don't mind Santa Almeida, but he needs to be playing at least 25, 30 minutes. And like I said, he's in an all right spot. let's just say Santa Almeida and a couple of these guys sit. GG Jackson could be an all right spot. And 3 games this preseason, 16, 28, and 38% usage rate. Really shooting the ball a ton coming off the bench. 11 and 20 in his last two. If he gets the start, like I said, and a couple people are out, GG Jackson is definitely worth a look. And like I said, this is GG Jackson is definitely more of a a DK play because over here on FanDuel, everybody's just doesn't have a salary cap. So, like I said, definitely more of a DK play. If Jock Landell sits, maybe Lawson Lovering comes back into play on the DK, and that's mostly all over there on the Memphis side. All right, moving on over to Charlotte. I expect Charlotte to play their starters about 25 to 28 minutes, a little bit in the second half. So I'm very intrigued to see what they do. Are they going to start Moses Diabate again? Because if they do, then he's an all right option. As you see, they didn't start him here against Dallas, but for the most part, he's been doing pretty good 20 and 29 fantasy points. Not really a high usage rate guy, more of a defensive guy. So I don't mind Moses Diabate, but we really need to see who's starting because the guy that started last time for him was Ryan. And he was 7 for 7 shooting, even in the preseason, 4 for 6, 4 for 6, 7 for 7. This guy is absolutely his field goal percentage is over what 75, 80%. If they start him again, why not put him in there? He's not too bad of a play, but like I said, if he doesn't start, he could still be an okay play, but more of a DK play. All right, Toronto won Boston in this one, so we'll see what Toronto does. They could rest a couple of their guys here. Brandon Ingram did get the rest last time out, so I could see maybe RJ Barrett or Scotty Barnes, one of these guys sitting. But I think Scotty Barnes did sit a couple days ago, or all two of them did. So we'll just have to see if they are playing. I really don't mind Scotty Barnes, R.J. Barrett, Ingram. I think they're all really good plays. If I had to rank the three, Ingram, Barnes, and R.J. Barrett, Ingram has been pretty dang solid to start the preseason here with this new team in Toronto. 22 and 32. He 29% usage rate, and then he had a 27% usage rate in 23 minutes. So if I do expect them to play about 25 to 30 minutes in this one, ramping it up just a little bit, and we'll see. But like I said, if Barnes or even like I said, just R.J. Barrett's out, still going to be in a very good spot for Brandon Ingram. We'll have to see what's going on with Jacob Poeltl. Sandro could be an okay play. Oliver Sarr maybe in DK, but that's mostly going in on the FanDuel side. Just those three main starters. And I don't mind Emmanuel quickly as well in some GPPs if one of those starters are out. All right, moving over to the Boston side. So once again, we're going to see what they do. I expect them to play their starters here. So, but we're just going to go through both scenarios. If they play their starters, Simons, White, and Peyton Pritchard, they're all in play. We're going to see if they go White, Simons start or a Pritchard, White start. We'll have to see. The other scenario is they could maybe if they want to rest White and Brown and and go Simmons and Peyton Pritchard again. We'll just have to see what they do. But I have it as of now them playing their guys about 20, 24 to 28 minutes here in this one against Toronto. So Simons, Brown, Derek White, Peyton Pritchard, those guys are all in play for me. Another guy to look at more of a DK play is Josh Minute. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce his name, but he's been solid. 31, 26, and 26. He's even all right on FanDuel, especially if Jaylen Brown or somebody sits. And even if he doesn't start, he still has a half decent usage rate, gets it done on the defense with the rebounds as well. So definitely got to look at Josh, like I said, especially over there on DraftKings. And that's mostly it. You can maybe look at Luke Garza if a couple of these guys sit in some GPPs. But for the most part, I just need to know no news, but know what's going on. But if I think it's going to pan out the way it is, like I said, I would probably go shoot Brown, White, Pritchard, Simons as my top four if I had to rank them. So yeah, just keep an eye on that one. But it is a 3.5 for Toronto early on. I don't know if this is right. It might be Boston. Sometimes this messes up. I didn't check, but if it is Toronto, then this could lead towards them resting. If it is a minus 3.5 by Boston, then I expect them to play. So like I said, sometimes this is a little messed up. All right, Clippers in Sacramento. So I don't expect the Clippers to really play a ton in this one. Um, I mean, like I said, we'll just have to get word. But these guys are they've been around for since I was a teenager, basically. But I don't mind playing them. They had one game against a non-NBA team, and then they just played one. Then they have this one, and then one more. So I could see two scenarios here for the Clippers. Either A, they play tonight, and then they rest the next one, or they, rest this one, and then they can play that next one. Um, so we'll just have to see what's going on here for Clippers. I mean, I don't really like targeting the Clippers a ton. Um, yeah, so they got the Kings here, and then they got another one against the Warriors on Friday. So, like I said, they either rest all their guys here, and then they play all their backups. Even their backups aren't that great. I mean, I've been looking, and I just don't have a ton. So, I don't know. I mean, if they do play here and they rest their guys on Friday, then guys like Zubac come into play. Leonard's all right. Harden's okay, but they're still probably going to play 20 to 23, 24 minutes. But I just wouldn't be surprised if a couple of these guys rested. If Zubac's out, Brook Lopez always comes into play. So we'll just have to see what's going on with the Clippers. I could see them totally just, you know, letting everybody rest and play that game on Friday. So we'll just have to see. All right, Sacramento here. I expect their guys to play about 25, 30 minutes. In the last two preseason games, they played their guys like 30, and then in the last one, they play like 25. So usually, last two preseason games here for the Kings are pretty good. Zach LaVine, I didn't mark him, but he's my GPP play just because his minutes are weird. Really, really weird. But if I expect him to, get about 25 to 30, then he's in all right spot. So don't mind looking at Zach LaVine. He had 28 last time out, 7 for 11 shooting. And then, even the time before he had 17. So, like I said, if we get word that they're going to play 25, 30 minutes, you got to, definitely got to look at Zach LaVine. But who knows? Maybe if the Clippers rest their guys, maybe, Kings don't push it as much. We'll have to see. Clifford's always in a good spot here. He had 30 and then 24, another good usage guy. So another guy that I don't mind looking at. DeRozan really hasn't done a ton. Like I said, if the Kings do play, Sabonis is always worth a look. And that's, for the most part, really what we got going on over there for Sacramento. All right, Dallas and the Lakers is our last one here. So, for Dallas, I expect them to play their guys about 25 to 30 minutes, or I could see them just resting their dudes here against the Lakers, since that's what the Lakers are going to do. They're going to rest most of their starters, and they're going to have a couple of their starters, but like Rio's going to be back, but we'll talk about that. But this is going to be the last game for Dallas. This is the last one for them. So either A, they just rest all their dudes and let all their backups play, or this is going to be a dress rehearsal and guys like Cooper Flag, 80 guys like that are going to play, 27 to 30, 32 minutes. See, like I said, have to see what they do. Najee Marshall's another guy that pops up on more of a DK play, but if they do rest a couple of their guys, Najee Marshall comes into play as well. 28 and 22, and a pretty solid usage rate. But yeah, we'll just have to see. Like, if it's a dress rehearsal, then probably to play two or three of the starters. Derek Lively, this is another one that's interesting to me. He only played 7 minutes. I don't know if he was hurt or anything, but with him only playing 7 minutes, maybe, like I said, he's going to ramp up and play 23, 24 minutes here. He can be an okay play, but he doesn't really have a high usage rate, as you can see, 5, 13, 10, and 4. You're relying on his blocks for sure. All right, then moving on to the LA Lakers. This is going to be the question mark for me. Like I said, they played a lot of their guys last night. Like Ronnie James, maybe Nick Smith, they can come into play if they're starting. I expect Austin Reeves and Luka Doncic, guys like those guys to sit. Rio Hachimura did sit the last game, so I expect him to be the main quote unquote usage guy there for the starters for LA on for today. Like I said, he had 21 and 27 minutes with a 22% usage rate. So, like I said, with Luka being out and Austin Reeves, I could see Rio Hachimura being a half decent play. Same thing with Dalton Connect. They only played him 19 minutes, so that tells me that they're going to probably ramp him up here in tonight's game to around 27 to 30 minutes. And I can see Dalton Connect being a very good play, especially, like I said, with those people being out. If Jake Lavara is playing, he's another guy you can look at. He's playing pretty dang good big minutes here in the preseason. So, yeah, if he's starting again, another guy to look at. If he's out, then, like I said, that helps Dalton Connect even more. Guys like Jared Vanderbilt and Jackson Hayes, they also come into play, and all three of these guys I highlighted right here did not play in yesterday's game, so they should be ready to go here against Dallas. So we'll see what's going on with Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt's more of a GPP play for me just because his usage rate's kind of weird. Um, I don't know. I mean, he's all right, but I would rather go guys like Rio Hachimura. Jackson Hayes will probably be coming off the bench. I don't expect him to get a ton more minutes than what he has. I expected maybe 19 to 20, but they just don't play Jackson Hayes. He doesn't really push out a lot, but more of a DK play maybe. If those guys are out, like Aiton's out, Jackson Hayes could come into play. Like I said, half decent little usage rate guy. And this is definitely more of where is he at? This is more of a DK play. Christian Coloco. This is like I said, only if all these guys are out for Lakers. Last time out had 22.6 fantasy points. Like I said, this is more of a DK play. If a lot of these guys are out, then Coloco is going to have to play minutes. And as you see, when he gets over 20 minutes, he's not bad, even with a low usage rate. He's a good defense and a good blocker. So the big thing with him is his foul trouble. As long as he stays out of the fouls, he's good. And last time he only had one, but it's just here 6, 3, and 3. So he just needs to stay out of the foul trouble, get his blocks, get his rebounds, and he'll be good to go. But that's more of a GPP play. So um, that's kind of what we got going on for you guys. We'll do a little skeleton lineup. I'll put in a couple guys for you. But for the most part, we need to see what's going on with the news. You know, it's getting to that point where they either do dress rehearsals or they're just going to bench everybody. If Boston plays their guys, like I said, I think Derek White's in a very good spot. I think LaMelo Ball, once again, he's going to play 25, 30 minutes. I don't mind looking at him. Over here at the shooting guard position, RJ Barrett's an okay option. Jaylen Brown, like I said, if he plays in a really good spot. Cedric Coward's more of a GPP play on DK. Peyton Pritchard, um, if he comes off the bench, he's okay. If Barnes or RJ Barrett's out, maybe one or two of them, Emmanuel quickly comes into play. Ty Jerome could be an okay GPP option. Clifford, like I said, as well, and some GPP. So that's what we got going on there. Over to the small forward position. I think Ingram's probably one of your better plays. I think Brandon Miller's another guy that can get some run. Last couple games of the preseason last year, they played him like 28, 30, 33 minutes. So don't mind looking at Brandon Miller. He's going to get, like I said, some good minutes. If Scotty Barnes plays, another guy I don't mind looking at. I don't know if he's only small. Is he small forward only? Yeah, he's only small forward. What about Ingram? Oh, they changed him from last year. So you're gonna have to make a slight decision there. I mean, you can go Ingram Barnes if you want, but correlation doesn't matter as much, especially in NBA. Will's all right option. Brown, as I mentioned. Con Apple's okay. GPP. Josh Minute. I think that's how you say his name. Um, he's good, especially if Boston rushes a couple other guys. Cooper Flag, small forward, power forward, Anthony Davis, if he gets his minutes, especially on FanDuel, just play the most popular dudes. I mean, the guy that won tonight, that won $1,000, literally just played the most basic dudes ever, and he won. So sometimes if you overthink it like I do sometimes, then you just screw yourself over. And if you just do the most basic stuff sometimes in preseason, sometimes you just win, and you know it's a luck. So as normal, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. If you guys find this video helpful, leave a like. And like I said, hit that subscribe button as well. About 30-40% of you guys are still not subscribed. So if you could help out the channel, we do FanDuel, DraftKings, and Price Picks almost every single day for you guys. Like I said, come join us for premium. As mentioned earlier in the video, check us out on our Twitter, which will be in the comment section below. Click that link and it will take you right to our Twitter, or email us as well. All right. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one.